Well, ladies and gentlemen, I guess it's time to play Assassin's Creed 3. I love this music. It brings so many things from the past. Many memories. I love this music. Oh man, that's crazy. It's in my opinion, one of the best soundtracks in Assassin's Creed 3, in Assassin's Creed games series. I remember listening to the soundtrack just like that on Spotify because I really liked it. I think the more I play video games, the more I understand that the more I'm switching from traditional songs to just simply soundtrack. Because there is soundtrack, just simply music. Because people do not say weird or cringy things in the music, just like in songs. Because in a lot of songs, people are singing about weird things. But music like that, it's inspiring, and there's nothing bad in it. Launching this game purely for music probably sounds weird, but it really makes me think about Connor and his story. Oh, I have a lot of games. What are those games? I'm not sure. I'll start a new one.
Used to be when people talked about the end of the world, we locked them up or laughed them off. Sometimes both. But we never took them seriously. Maybe we should have. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Better to start at the beginning with the abduction of Desmond Miles, my son. This boy had no ambition, no direction, no plans for the future. What he did have was a heritage, one he chose to deny. It nearly cost him his life. He was captured and imprisoned. Those who took him believed he could help them find something. The apple. One of several artifacts we call pieces of Eden. Bits of ancient technology scattered across the globe. Some hidden, some found, all of them dangerous. Most are held by a single group, the same group that now had Desmond. You know them as Abstergo Industries. We know them as the Templars. As the enemy. We've been fighting them for thousands of years. Even longer if you believe the stories of their origins. I do. After all, I've seen the truth. That's the beauty and the horror of the Animus. A device that allows us to enter and experience the lives of our ancestors. It holds the power to change everything, to show us history the way it really happened. Up until its creation, to the victor went the spoils, went the truth. We're trying to fix that, to free minds and bodies both. But there's only so much that we can do, and the Templars have the upper hand these days. But something larger than the Assassins and Templars is approaching, bigger than all of us. And if we can't find a way to stop it, these next few weeks will probably be our last. Everyone's last. In the end, it all comes down to him. To Desmond. Through the Animus, he discovered his heritage, explored the lives of his ancestors, and uncovered their secrets. When that was done, he trained. He used another ancestor to provide decades of experience in the span of a few days. It worked. We think. We hope. Soon, though, soon we'll know. That ominous date fast approaches, December 21st, 2012. None of us knows what it'll bring, only that this is where they want us to be, when it does. They've been guiding us in their own fractured, frustrating way. These voices from the first civilization, the ones who came before, a precursor race of immense power and uncertain motives. They're the ones who made the pieces of Eden. This is where they've led him, and through him, us. He stands at the entrance to this long-lost place, armed with the knowledge of Altair and the abilities of Ezio. He holds in his hands the apple of Eden, and we stand at his side, ready to support him however we can. His name is Desmond Miles, and he has brought us to the end. We're here. Let's go.
You know what's interesting? When I played this game, I didn't know that this character, the main character, is based on a real person. What I mean by based is his appearance. There is a guy, he's a Canadian French, whatever, or maybe he's just generally from Canada, I don't remember. But the thing is, he gave his kind of appearance to this guy, and I didn't know that. I discovered that, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 years later, maybe in 2016 or 17 or 18 or something, or maybe even 19, I don't quite remember, but I discovered it quite some time after this game, and the first game, and the second game.
In another moment, down went Alice after it, never once considering how in the world she was to get out again.
I think we're here.
Probably my least favorite part about Assassin's Creed games is the real life I'm not sure why, just I didn't really like it, especially that they really related it. I remember when it was released on October, right? Um, 2012, and it felt weird because you see they released the game 2 months prior to the kind of the end of the world that Mayan calendar kind of announced and predicted, and there was really, I don't know if the word hype is the best word in this situation, but there was really some kind of a madness coming from all sides. There was a movie, there were songs. For example, Britney Spears made a song about Dance Till the World Dance or something like that. On news channels they were talking about the end of the world. It was a madness.
The key. You must find the key.
Son?
Sir. Here we go again.
Desmond?
Do you hear us?
Yeah. What happened?
The temple triggered a bleeding effect. You collapsed and entered into a fugue state.
So naturally, you dropped me into the Animus instead of, I don't know, making sure I was okay?
You weren't in any danger. Besides, the temple appeared to be communicating with you, and I didn't want to risk severing the connection. At least not until we knew what it wanted.
Right. Of course.
Son,
No, it's fine. I get it. And I know what I'm looking for, by the way. It's a key. Just no idea where it is, though. I guess that's why she triggered the bleeding effect.
She?
Juno, Dad. She's talking to me.
Okay, Desmond. While you were, visiting Constantinople, we picked up a software update for the Animus. I'd like to run a couple of quick tests, make sure there aren't any major issues.
All right. What do you need me to do?
We'll start simple. Walk to the marker over there. Okay, Desmond. Let's practice climbing on these objects. Run your way through this little obstacle course. That's a constraint. These are optional objectives that raise your synchronization rate. Alright, Desmond, follow the on-screen instructions and kill the 2 Templars. All you have to do here is jump the gap. Synchronization levels look good now. We should be able to build the world. Time to find out what the temple wants from you.
Sir? Sir? Everything all right, sir?
Yes, fine. I'm just preoccupied, that's all.
Don't forget your invitation. Master Birch will be meeting you inside.
Thank you.
Where shall I retrieve you once you're done?
Front of the Opera House. And be quick about it. Don't expect to be here long.
I'll bring her round at once.
Invitation, please. Shall I take your coat, sir?
Ladies and gentlemen, you are requested to kindly find your seats.
Good evening, sir. This way, please.
My apologies.
Evening, Hatham.
Reginald?
I can't tell you how happy I was to hear they'd mounted this revival. Gay's best work by far. Have you seen it before?
Once. My father brought me here as a child. Though I remember little of it. I don't suppose tonight will afford me the luxury of a proper viewing either.
No, I'm afraid it won't. On to business then. Do you see him?
Because he's so great, thinks his trade ain't honest as mine.
He's seated in one of the boxes above.
The stairs are watched. You'll need to find another way up.
A lawyer is an honest employment, so is mine.
I already have.
Like me too, he acts in a double capacity, both against roads and for them. For it is but fitting that we should protect and encourage cheats, since we live by them.
Sir, Black Mall had set word of trial.
1,000 pardons. My apologies.
Order matters so as to bring her off.
As the wench is very active and industrious, you may satisfy that I'll soften the evidence.
Tom Gay, sir, is found guilty.
A lazy dog. When I took him the time before, I told him what would come to if he did not mend his hand. This is death without reprieve. I may mention a booking. For Tom Gag. £40. Let Betty Sly know I'll save her from the transportation. Or I can get more by her staying in.
Betty hath brought more goods into our loft here than any 5 of the gang. And in truth, it is a pity to lose so good a customer.
If none of the gang take her off, she may, in the common course of business, live at 12 months longer. I loved him, that women's snake. A good sportsman always lets the end of our bridges.
This is probably one of the longest intros in the whole Assassin's Creed series. I always try to skip it to finish it as fast as possible.
Very light indeed, when
The lockpick is absolutely awful here. Opening doors, a disaster in chests.
I've got a bit of stage fright.
A little Dutch courage up the bloom in your cheek.
Jeremy's really burning up the boards tonight. He's a marvel. But make haste and use it, boy.
Haytham. You should have come to me. We would have found another way.
Yes. But then you would have known. For what it's worth, I'm sorry.
As am I.
Hurry!
Come, please!
Over there! That's the one
That man there!
A man
Seize
was
him!
killed in the upper balconies.
Oh
But
my!
I've done no wrong. I swear
Search
it.
him.
Any weapons?
I beg your pardon.
Did they
Don't
find
push
him?
it,
Could you
please. Please.
Let us through.
Order! We must have order!
Try to remember.
It kinda happened fast. A bit too fast.
Have order!
It happened
Considering everyone
What are
is
those men doing?
I'm staying where it's safe.
up and they're already speaking about it.
Order! We must have order!
Weird.
Imbecile.
Where are you going?
I mean, what I mean by happened fast is that everyone knew that there's a dead body. Found a dead body. It was a little bit too fast.
And how was the opera?
Rather dull, truth be told.
Shall we be off then?
Aye. To Fleet and Bride.
By your command.
Fascinating. Gentlemen, I hold in my hand a key. And if this book is to be believed, it will open the doors of a storehouse built by those who came before.
Ah, yes. Those who ruled, reigned, and vanished from the world. Do we know what it is that will be held within?
It could contain certain knowledge. Perhaps a weapon, or something as yet unknown, unfathomable in its construction and purpose. It could be any of these things, or none of them. They are still an enigma, these precursors. But of one thing I am certain. Whatever waits behind those doors shall prove a great boon to us all.
Or our enemies, should they find it first.
They won't. You've seen to that.
I assume you know where this storehouse is?
Ah, Mr. Harrison.
Gentlemen,
How fare your calculations?
I believe the site lies somewhere within this region.
That's a lot of ground to cover.
My apologies. Were that I could be more accurate.
That's all right. It suffices for a start. And that is why we've called you here, Master Kenway. We'd like for you to travel to America, locate the storehouse, and take possession of its contents.
I'm yours to command, although a job of this magnitude will require more than just myself.
Of course. Upon this paper are the names of 5 men sympathetic to our cause. Each is also uniquely suited to aid you in your endeavor. With them at your side, you will want for nothing.
Well, then I'd best be on my way.
I knew our faith in you was not misplaced. We've booked you passage to Boston. Your ship leaves at dawn. Go forth, Hatham, and bring honor to us all.
It's kind of weird that this is the remastered version of the game, yet they couldn't remaster a piece of paper so we can read those names. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. It's weird.
Some fresh air might do me good.
And then all will be well.
You sure about that?
Of course. Have I ever led you astray?
Nah. Though you don't sit right with the others.
Have faith, my friend. You'll see.
Well, well. Seems our esteemed guest has deigned to grace us with his presence. You might want to head back to your quarters. Top deck's no place for tender parnells.
So I thought. And yet here you are.
Fancy yourself a joker, eh? Let's see how funny you find this.
That's enough, Graves.
Stay out of this.
Listen to this, Hector. Thinks he can swagger on up here and declare himself king of the castle.
Please, fellas, call this off. If the captain
To
sees us...
hell with the captain. And to hell with you, Mills. Whose side you on, anyway?
We're ready to go again if you are.
This is unwise.
Why's that? You think I'm afraid of you?
No. But you should be. Do you yield?
Never! How do you like these odds?
What's the meaning of this? Captain, explain yourself at once, Mr. Kenway.
These thought we were simply passing the time with a bit of sport, Captain.
How about you pass the time by doing your goddamn jobs instead? I wasn't aware I was paying you to loll about. A word, please, Mr. Kenway.
Oh, I nearly forgot. There's your knife back.
I don't care for you, Mr. Kenway. I've had nothing but trouble since you came aboard.
Your problems have nothing to do with me.
I beg your pardon?
You're a poor leader. ill-tempered and cruel, and it's clear your crew has no respect for you.
Look, I don't want to argue. In fact, I need a favor.
Oh, this is rich.
I suspect some of the men intend to mutiny.
Really? What a surprise.
As I cannot trust any of them, I am compelled to turn to you.
And why should I help you?
Because if they do intend to betray, I'm the only hope you have of reaching America alive. Well, what will it be?
If what you say is true, what other choice do I have?
Thank you.
But let me be clear. Should you ever dare to insult or threaten me again, I'll not hesitate but to cut off your head myself. Are we understood? Excellent. Good day.
Mr. Kenway.
Captain?
Whatever they're up to, I believe it's coming to a head.
I'd best get to work.
He's cut our rations again. Claims we're not provisioned for such luxuries.
You're not having second
It's not like
thoughts, are
you
you?
should feast on ham and
I know it needs to be done,
duck, tinned fish.
What? Mother, wife, and 2 daughters. What if it goes wrong?
You there! I have some questions for you.
That's nice, but I ain't got time to gossip. Probably wouldn't have anything useful to share anyway. You want information? Try the cook or the doctor. Everyone's always chatting them up. The shifty fella won't hardly take his hat off. Keeps his...
Quiet! Here he comes. Make like you're working.
Doctor, if you have a moment.
Have you taken ill?
Oh, nothing like that. I was wondering if you'd heard any rumblings of trouble aboard.
What sort of trouble?
Unusual complaints or grievances? Men taking issue with the captain or
You
the
sound
passengers?
just like James. Like I told him, I've been much too busy with my research to notice anything not work-related.
And where might I find James?
The galley's your best bet. Now, if you'll excuse me...
You looking for another fight? That it? Go away.
Are you James?
Aye.
Hatham Kenway. Pleased to meet you.
I know who you are.
I was hoping you could answer some questions.
I figured as much, but not here. Follow me. So, what do you want to know?
Have you seen or heard anything out of the ordinary since we left port? Anything that gives cause for concern?
Some of the men have been gathering at night on the upper deck. I've only caught bits of their conversations, so I couldn't say for certain what they're up to. But I suspect it bodes ill.
Is it a mutiny they're planning?
All I know is they've little love for the captain. Mills has been trying to talk him down, but there's only so much one man can do.
Thank you for the information.
I only wish to see us reach the colonies alive.
Yeah. They pursue the same goal. To reach colonies.
Evening, sir.
How are things?
Calm and quiet. Just the way I like it. What brings you topside?
Thought I'd wander a bit. Stretch my legs. That's all.
Take care where you tread. The deck hides all manner of danger in the dark.
What was that? Someone's throwing cargo overboard. But why?
He's a shifty fella.
He's cut our rations again. Claims we're not provisioned for such luxuries.
It's not right that you should feast on lamb and wine. We're stuck with tinned fish and biscuits.
Curious. Most curious.
This ship is so big that it looks almost like a man of war. Crazy.
Any news?
Each night it's the same. I scout one area, and they drop the painted barrels from another. I'm going to need to recruit an extra pair of eyes. Maybe James or Mills.
Why are they doing this?
Near as I can tell, the barrels serve as markers. They're leaving a trail. My fear is it's only a matter of time before whoever's following it...
Ship sighted aft! She's making ready to fire!
Beat to quarters, men! Ready the... Brace! Everybody down! A warning shot! Seems they don't mean to sink us, but board us instead! Man the cannons! Make ready to fight! I want you below decks.
Why? Let me help you secure the ship.
Do you know how to rig a sail? To load a cannon? To wage war at sea? I didn't think so. Now return to your cabin, or do I need to have you escorted?
This captain is
Secure
weird.
the hatch!
He's asking his help, but
Have you been topside? A ship's appeared and means to board us. It's strange. There's no sign of mutiny aboard. Doesn't make sense.
Ah, but it does.
What do you mean?
Did you think you could escape from London so easily after what you did at the opera? That we wouldn't notice? That we wouldn't follow?
Ah. So that's what this is about.
Surrender, and I will see that you are treated with honor.
If you wish to treat me with honor, give me a sword.
Are you sure this is how you want to play it?
I don't know why is he throwing him like a like I don't know what. And I can cut. Oh man, it brings so many memories. How awful this system is.
I told you to stay below decks.
I did as you asked. Only Mills was there waiting for me. He's the one that drew that ship here. There was no mutiny, only him.
What do they want?
Me.
Then they can have you.
Is that so?
They'll catch us anyway. There's nothing to be done.
I can think of something.
You wish us to sail into the storm?
It's our only chance.
I won't do it.
Then I will.
All right, all right. We need those ropes secured! I told you this was madness.
Arm yourself. I'll fix your sail for you.
I'm still not entirely sure who was that guy, Mills, because, I mean, was that just a random guy or was he an assassin? Because if he was an assassin, that's very weird that assassins send such a young guy to do what with Haytham.
We need more speed! Loose the sails! Haytham, you take the foremast! James, to the mainmast with you!
What was his goal? He wanted to attract not attract, but he wanted to his goal was to throw those objects so they could follow this ship and what, kill Haytham. But why did he kind of foolishly sacrifice himself? Oh, that's weird. Was he lost his patience or what? What was the problem? I'm not entirely sure. Because that was a very foolish thing that he did. He just died for no reason. Obviously, if assassins know that he's not a simple Templar. I mean, maybe he's not a Grandmaster, but, you know.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Make ready for our arrival, men!
Arrival? I see no land, only this interminable fog.
The gulls tell us all we need to know. Climb into the crow's nest and you'll see.
Even though this introduction is kinda long, I feel like this is a very good moment. I like it. I like when the introduction in different Assassin's Creed games. Journey to the New World.
Master Kenway! Master Kenway!
Yes, may I help you?
Charles Lee, sir. A pleasure to make your acquaintance. I've been asked to introduce you to the city, help you settle it. Oh, no need, sir. I've arranged for your bags to be delivered to the inn.
Are you by any chance John and Isabella's son?
One and the same.
Your commission is with Edward Braddock, is it not?
Aye. But he's yet to reach America, and I figured I might... well, at least until he arrives. I thought...
Yes? Out with it.
Forgive me, sir. I had hoped that I might study under you. If I am to serve the Order, I can imagine no better mentor than yourself.
Kind of you to say, but I think you overestimate me.
Impossible, sir. This way.
Thief! Someone stop him!
Boston's quite a lively city.
There's all manner of things to see and do. Once you've settled in, I suggest you take some time to walk the streets. Who knows what opportunities you might discover.
Hold a moment. Need to fetch a few things before we get to work.
I'll arrange for horses while you do that.
A very interesting time period. A lot of people were going to America. I mean, it started before, but like... the East Coast cities in America, they probably... they welcomed a lot of people from Europe, and it's quite interesting seeing... I mean, of course, this game is old, but I'm very curious to see this kind of time periods or just games, you know, related to revolutionary America in the future.
Damned sprigs. This accursed city will be the death of me.
You seem troubled, friend.
That's because I am. Greatly so, in fact.
What's happened?
I was robbed. The old Balkan file. Though I've managed to restore what's mine, I fear it's ruined.
You mean the book?
This is no ordinary book. It's an almanac. The first I ever wrote. Benjamin Franklin. Pleased to meet you.
Hatham Kenway.
You must be new to Boston.
Why do you say that?
You're still possessed of virtue. To stop and help an old lout like myself. I don't mean to impose, but you seem a spry fellow. Should you happen to find my missing pages, I'll reward you.
Look, I'm not sure if I've...
It's all right, all right. If you have the time, hurrah! If not, no harm done. The thing is useless in its current state anyway. But should you somehow manage to restore it, you'll find me inside that general store over there.
Well, that was interesting.
Didn't Charles Lee go somewhere? It's weird. He just popped up out of nowhere.
Willkommen, enter, please.
Okay.
Much time learning products wooden to make good there was. To all weavers, the esteemed
We ride for the Green Dragon Tavern. The proprietors are eccentric, but the rooms are spacious and they do not pry.
Have you been told why it is I've come to Boston?
No, Master Birch said I should know only as much as you saw fit to share. He sent me a list of names and bade me ensure you could find them.
And have you had any luck with that?
Aye. William Johnson waits for us at the Green Dragon.
How well do you know him?
Not well, but he saw the order's mark and did not hesitate to come.
Prove yourself loyal to our cause. And you may yet know our plans as well.
I should like nothing more, sir.
I started reading about Charles Lee a couple of days ago. I actually don't know why. I randomly decided to... Or maybe it was because I saw some short on YouTube from different Assassin's Creed games. And I decided to read about Charles Lee. And I just asked myself this random question: why Charles Lee is portrayed? Because some characters from this game are real characters, and so I asked myself why Charles Lee is portrayed in this way, kind of. Why is he portrayed as a kind of a Templar, a bad guy? And man, I found one website related to that. I'll probably leave the link in the description. Oh, top. Yeah, and so so in this article, the author explained that basically Charles Lee, he was the general, but he was envious and he was jealous to what George Washington kind of achieved, and that he was the main commander of the army. So probably this is why they portrayed Charles Lee in kind of in a bad way. While he could have been an interesting figure from a historical perspective, but fortunately, because of his arrogance and his mistakes, he faded into the abyss. Faded into history.
You lying, cheating, no good son of a bitch.
Perhaps we've come at a bad time.
Oh, don't be foolish, dearies. Please, sit. Fancy something to eat? A drink, perhaps? Or is it a bed you require?
We've already let rooms here.
Oh, yes. Of course. Masters Lee and Kenway, was it? I'll have your bags brought up.
Do you require anything further?
Only privacy.
This way.
Their faces, NPC faces, they make me think of The Witcher 3. This, because there are, I don't know, 5 or 10 generic faces in this game, and so you see those NPCs everywhere. It's just so funny. Wow.
Sir, William Johnson.
A pleasure. A good lad, if a bit earnest. I'm told you're putting together an expedition.
We believe there's a precursor site in the region. I require your knowledge of the land and its people to find it.
Sadly, my research has been stolen. Without it, I'm of no use to you.
Then we'll find it. Do you have any leads?
My associate, Thomas Hickey, has been making the rounds. He's quite good at loosening tongues.
Well, tell me where I can find him. I'll see if I can't speed things up.
We've heard rumors of bandits operating from a compound southwest of here. You'll likely find him there.
Charles?
Sir.
We'd best be off.
Of course.
Probably the whole first part will be dedicated to this introduction. This has been an hour already that I'm playing it.
Thomas Hickey?
Who's asking?
Haytham Kenway.
Is that supposed to mean something?
Show some respect, boy.
Peace, Charles. William Johnson sent us in the hopes we might expedite your search.
We don't need no expediting. Don't need none of your fancy London speak neither. I found the men that done the theft.
Then why are you just lazing around?
Figuring out how to deal with those varlets.
I have an idea.
Well, let's hear it.
I'll kill the lookout, take up a position behind the guards. You two approach from the front. When I open fire on the group, you charge in. I have the element of surprise on our side. Half will fall before they've even realized what's happened. Get into position, but wait for me to take the first shot.
Go on now, before you make us mad.
These guys don't even hear us kill their mates.
So much for the element of surprise.
Reinforcements! Use those damn muskets and you won't have to reload.
Fall back! Fall back! We'll be safe inside!
What now?
We can blow the door with those. Go on, shoot them. On with the show, then. Guess they wasn't so safe inside after all. Lay down your weapons, and I'll consider letting you live.
I make you the same offer. We've no quarrel. I only wish to return this chest to its rightful owner.
Nothing rightful about Mr. Johnson.
I won't ask again.
Agreed.
Your kind has no need for books and maps. Who put you up to this?
Never seen a person. It's always been dead drops and letters. But they always pay, so we do the jobs.
Well, those days are done. Tell your masters I said as much.
Who should I say you are?
You don't? They'll know.
Atham, this one's got some shot on him. You might want to be grabbing it on account of your pistol being parched. Back to the Green Dragon then. I need a drink.
You see, this is a normal Assassin's Creed game where when you're fighting, you hear some music. That's how it's supposed to be. Because there are... Yeah, there are random bugs like
Don't
this,
let go of the chest,
which is
Charles.
bad.
We'll take care of this rabble.
A little help, please.
Quit your crying, I'm coming. Wait, them bodies is sure to have loot on them. Would be a shame to let it all go to waste.
Are you mad? In case you've forgotten, we're in the midst of something.
Aw, why's you always gotta go and spore the spore?
When I'm thinking about some other games like, I don't know, Assassin's Creed Unity, where you barely hear any music, and you just don't have anything, and you're struggling to fight random soldiers. It's true that it feels awful. I played Assassin's Creed Unity. I really didn't like it. As I said, there are random bugs here, just like probably in a lot of games, but those random bugs, they...
Look at those badgers running around all over the shop.
There are random bugs, but certain bugs are... You can pardon them, you can accept them if other things in the game are fine. But when you're fighting soldiers, there's no music, you need to... You see how easy it is to kill someone here, and how difficult it is to kill someone in Assassin's Creed Unity. So certain things can be pardoned when other things are fine, but when everything is bad, it's hard to pardon things. You want to fight here because the music here is just very good. It just looks epic the way he's killing. I mean, killing is bad, of course, but you know. You're playing as an assassin. So, The game is called Assassin's Creed, so, you know.
Mr. Johnson's gonna need to double my pay after all this if he expects me to keep at his side.
There you are.
My thanks, Master Kenway. Now, tell me what it is you need.
The images on this amulet, are they familiar to you? Perhaps one of the tribes has shown you something similar.
It appears Kanyan Gahaga in origin.
Can you trace it to a specific location? I need to know where it came from.
With my research returned, perhaps. Let me see what I can do. Thomas!
What?
Rent yourself a room. And a bath as well. I suspect we'll be here for a while.
Evening, gentlemen.
Charming.
Oh, peace, Charles. He'll grow on you.
Oi! Catherine, you fussock! Get back here! Daddy needs a drink.
How fares the search?
Maths and maps are not cutting it.
What of your local contacts?
We'll need to earn their trust before they'll share what they know.
I have an idea on how we might be affecting that. There's a man who's taken to enslaving natives. Rescue them, and they'll owe us.
Do you know where they're being held?
Afraid not.
Benjamin Church will. He's a finder and a fixer. He's also on your list.
And there I was, wondering whom I might solicit next. Well done. Wonderful. Charles?
Sir?
Seems like we're not the only ones looking for Mr. Church.
Damn it, he could be anywhere. What do we do?
We find him. Come. I'll show you how.
Should we write his family, do you think?
Not our business to meddle, even if we've the best of intentions.
But if you could have seen it, they were surely drunk carrying on like that, and during the day, no less.
Pray for them if you are not.
Such scandalous behavior from one who aims to be a surgeon. Not likely if he keeps up such carousing.
1 penny goes a long way.
Truly a shameful display. Benjamin's parents would be mortified.
Perhaps I should send someone to retrieve him before he damages his reputation beyond repair.
Kings and hop distribution.
They stumbled off to the northwest, no doubt in search of a tavern or some other place of ill repute.
Start questioning those on the street. I'm headed for higher ground.
Country Journal.
I feel like this time period really reflects the freedom that America offered, at least maybe back then, maybe even now, I don't know, that's maybe questionable, but you know, America's probably can be considered as a land of free people even now, but I mean land of opportunities, the American dream and stuff. But back then, the fact that a lot of people were coming to America, you know, the cities on Atlantic coast. Probably the only.
Listen. With luck, one of those people knows what became of Benjamin.
Probably the only sad thing about this game is that we're not able to experience it the same way we do experience Assassin's Creed Origins or Odyssey. A big open world and you know. Oh no. That was a mistake.
Definitely suffered a decline in character.
Indeed. All manner of Arifs and natty lads now walk the streets. Why, just earlier today I had a run-in with some.
Do tell.
It was down by the church. A group of men comes rushing through when one of them suddenly falls to the ground, all torn up. I thought about going to see if he needed help, but a look from one of them changed my mind.
Probably for the best. Those aren't the sort of people you want to get mixed up with.
Here there's this music. It keeps repeating and repeating. It's the I remember I played it last time. We had this bug and I don't remember what to do with it. I'll probably restart the game because it's not going to fix itself. But that's the music that you hear when you synchronize, but for some reason it bugs and it's just sad.
I've asked the priors, but they all plead ignorance. Bugger that! They're lying! Aye. Well, what can I do? Threats light off them and I'll not deign to grovel.
Actions speak louder than words, my friend. Arrest one and put him in stocks. See if he's so glib then.
To do so without cause will set them singing songs about us. Last thing the city needs is town criers complaining about our abuse of authority.
And forget it. The crime is done. The killer's gone. Those who know won't share their secrets.
If the city wishes to harbor scoundrels, let them pay the price for it.
Yeah, so there's this bug and I'd like to...
So he says to church that one way or another the debt would be settled. I don't envy the man. He's grim times ahead.
Well, what do you think they're planning?
All I know is it can't be good. Cutter is with him.
Probably looking for a nice, quiet place to do the deed. From what I hear tell, his work usually involves quite a bit of screaming.
Which reminds me, we'd best not buy any meat tomorrow.
Good call, that.
I will synchronize. I will jump and die, and maybe it will fix this bug. Because this is... I'm not sure why there's this bug in remastered version. You could have fixed it. Ubisoft could have fixed it, but for some reason we have it. I'm not sure why. So I'll just die and hopefully
See,
it will
Charles?
fix.
We'll have church in no time, just as I said we would.
If I might ask, sir, where did you learn to do all this?
It is a requirement when you are raised in the manner that I was. Perception is fundamental to the Order. It guides the feet when running and climbing, informs the hands when striking and fighting. But most important, it transforms the senses, and we begin to know the world in a different way.
Charles Lee's not even defending. I think this thing really describes... Oh, he got a weapon. Look at that. These random little bugs, they describe what Assassin's Creed kind of in a nutshell is. Ubisoft just creating games and abandoning them. Well, those are little inconveniences, let's call them like that. The game is great though. The story is great. And Charles is just stuck there. Well.
See, Charles? We'll have church in no time, just as I said we would.
If I might ask, sir, where did you learn to do all this?
It is a requirement when you are raised in the manner that I was. Careful. The place is well guarded. You need to slip past them.
Locked. I'll have to find the key. Wait here.
Here we are then.
Why must you always make these things so difficult, Benjamin? Merely provide me with recompense, and all shall be forgiven.
I'll not pay for protection I don't need.
Clearly, you do require protection. Else we wouldn't be here. How very gauche. Now, what shall we do about our guest?
Maybe I'll take his hands. Put an end to his surgery. Maybe I'll take his tongue. Put an end to his waggling. Or maybe I'll take his cock. Put an end to his fucking us.
So many options. I can't possibly decide. Take all three.
Now, hold a moment. Perhaps I was hasty in refusing you earlier.
I'm so very sorry, Benjamin. But that door has closed.
Be reasonable, Silas.
I rather think I was. But you took advantage of my generosity. I won't be made a fool a second time. I fear I lack the constitution to bear witness to such barbarism. Come find me when you're finished, Cutter.
You'll regret this, Silas, do you hear me? I'll have your head!
No. I rather think you won't.
Still a minute. I gotta decide where to start.
Your parents must be so very proud to have raised a specimen like yourself.
Quiet now. I need to concentrate on me work. Just a quick little swipe and no more ears. How's that sound, Mr. Church?
At least I'll be spared more of your inane prattle.
Maybe you'll get lucky and pass out. Though I dare say I'll do my best to ensure that doesn't happen.
Who are you?
Hatham Kenway, at your service.
I don't understand. Why are you here?
Walk with me, Mr. Church, and all will be explained.
Johnson's told me what you intend. As it happens, the man who held me is the same one that you seek. His name is Silas Thatcher.
That fancy lad is our slaver?
Don't let his velvet tongue deceive you. A crueler and more vicious creature I've never known.
What can you tell me of his operation?
He hosts at least 100 men, more than half of whom are redcoats.
All this for some slaves?
Hardly. The man's a commander in the King's troop, in charge of the Southgate Fort.
We need to find a way inside. Let me think on it. In the meantime, I'll attend to our final recruit.
John Pitcairn's our man. I'll take you to him.
State your business.
New recruit.
More kindling for the pyre, eh? Well, go on then.
How'd you manage that?
Did you forget, sir? My commission is with General Braddock. When I'm not attending to you, of course.
Pitcairn, you fool! Your acts are treacherous. Give me one good reason I shouldn't kill you right now. Were you planning to announce yourself, or did you hope my men
Sir,
wouldn't notice your
if
arrival?
you'll allow me to explain.
Ho ho! By all means. I should like very much to hear this.
I have not deserted, sir. I am here under Commander Amherst's orders.
Show me a letter bearing his seal, and you might be spared the gallows.
I have no such thing. The nature of my work, sir,
It's the sort of thing best not put to paper.
Hatham.
General Braddock?
I suppose I shouldn't be surprised. Wolves often travel in packs.
Master Pitcairn won't be here for but a few weeks. I shall return him to his proper post once our work is finished.
The devil's work, no doubt. It's bad enough my superiors have insisted I grant you use of Charles. But they said nothing about this traitor. You'll not have him.
Edward, listen to reason.
We're done here. See these gentlemen out.
Well, that didn't go as I expected.
And to think I used to call him brother.
What now? They'll chase us off if we try and return.
We're done with this camp. And as luck would have it, so are they. Come along.
What are you planning?
To steal Master Pitcairn.
What?
You'll see. Now, when I give the signal, you're to distract Braddock's patrol and lure them into a dead end.
It looks weird. He's hiding behind I don't know what.
Mother Barnum's Preserves! Delectable jams and jellies!
Where's...
Perhaps down Marlborough.
No. Its residents are Tucan.
What of Lynn or Ship Street?
Yes. Those fresh arrived are often soon in dire straits. They're more likely to seize upon an opportunity to fatten their purses and feed their young.
The city's medical register, always at your service!
You know how long it takes, I suppose it's going to be longer than one part. Maybe it'll be 1.5 parts or maybe 2 parts to simply finish this introduction.
Now!
Oi! You thieves and scoundrels, one and all! Fie on you and your false war!
After him!
Unhand him, Edward.
You again.
Let us go. And John Pitcairn with us.
I will not have my authority challenged.
Nor I.
Put them all in chains.
stay my hand today because you were once my brother, and a better man than this. Or should our paths ever cross again, all debts will be forgotten. You're free now, John.
Traitor! Go on then. Join them on their fool's errand. And when you find yourself lying
I assume
broken
you've good
and
reason
dying
for causing all this
at the bottom of
madness.
some dark
What is it you require of me?
I'll explain everything on the way.
last.
Gentlemen, I believe I found the solution to our problem. Or rather, Odysseus has.
How do you? Are you a new guy?
The Greek hero, you lobcock.
Allow me to explain. We enter Silas' fort, under the pretext of kinship. Once inside, we spring our trap, free the captives, and kill the slaver.
Dodgy, dodgy. I like it.
Then, let us begin. First, we need to find ourselves a convoy.
The postmaster wishes to inform
Convoy should be here soon. We'll attack on my signal.
Understood, sir.
If we time this right, we can catch them all unawares.
Lieutenant Colonel Washington and Indian allies. The Newmanville is killed in the raid.
They show the assassin sign, and interesting. I didn't even kill anyone.
Charles, you and Williams serve as vanguard. Let no man reach us.
What about me?
You and John will follow from a distance and keep watch over us. I'll signal you when I have need of your services.
Lest they pay 1 shilling in lawful money.
We're here to help you, along with those held inside Southgate Fort.
Free me.
Not until we're inside the gate. I can't chance an inspection of the gate going wrong. I'll see you safe. You have my word. Do you know anything of Silas' operation? How many men we might expect? The nature of their defenses? You must be rather important to him if you were given your own escort.
Sir, we've enemies ahead. Shall I engage them?
No. Let Jonathan and Thomas take care of it.
As you wish.
I wish you'd trust us. Though I suppose it's only natural for you to be wary. So be it.
Identify yourselves. Where is Lieutenant Jones? What's the meaning of this?
Engage the enemy!
Goddamn dogs.
You in the car.
Let no man reach us!
Oh no, not the dog. I couldn't choose the target. They were not highlighted, so I pressed Q and he killed the dog. Wow. Murderer! You kill dogs.
Aha! Bringing fresh
On your
meat,
guard,
eh?
men.
Come here. I wanna
Of
take a
course.
look.
Only say the word, and I'll cut them down.
One moment there. Me and you. Who's your officer?
Engage the enemy!
Meet the Reaper.
All clear!
Hold!
Evening, gentlemen.
State your business.
Delivery for Silas.
Go on then.
See? I'm freeing you just as I said I would. Now, if you'll allow me to explain. Let her go.
But she'll give us away.
No, she won't.
What's the plan?
Free the captives and avoid detection.
What of Silas?
He dies.
Let know when you're ready to strike.
The officers use advanced techniques. It sounds weird.
Greetings. How fares the watch?
Who are you?
Thomas Smith, newly recruited.
They could have just said that they know they are soldiers, so
With us.
So said Silas. I assume it's all rather straightforward. Watch for disturbances, ensure order is maintained. Merchandise?
You don't know, you don't need to. Just do as you've been told and stay out of our way.
Of course.
I think in the original game you could have used 1, 2, 3 to swap from your fists to hidden blade to the normal sword, but here you can't, so I don't know how to. That's weird. They made it one num 1, num 2, num 3. I don't like it. Those are not controls. Nice controls. Interact. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. Now that's better. Why?
An hour of quiet was all I asked. Instead, I'm awakened not 10 minutes later by this cacophonous madness. I expect an explanation, and it had best be good. How? How did this happen? My precious merchandise set free? It's unacceptable! Rest assured, I'll have the heads of those responsible, but first we clean up this mess! Seal the fort, kill any who try to escape. I don't care if they be one of us or one of them. To approach the gate is to be made a corpse. Am I understood?
Push them back!
I missed this thing. Seriously, that's amazing. After playing Assassin's Creed Unity, it's just not being able to do that. It was just a suffering. Seriously, I'm glad we're back to the game where we have we can use soldiers as human shields.
He's here! Stop the interloper!
Benjamin!
The intruders!
Glad to have you with us. I could use some help.
Back, you vile fox!
Who are you? Name's Hatham Kenway. You don't know me, but I believe the two of you are well acquainted.
I made a promise to you, Silas. One I intend to keep.
What happens now?
We wait. They're not for very long, I suspect. It's been several weeks now since we freed the Mohawk prisoners from captivity. I had hoped their leader might make contact, but there's been only silence. My men grow restless. They want to know what comes next, and I do not have an answer. Lee alone remains active, pursuing leads, however slight. He stalks the city streets and scouts the bordering woods, hopeful that he might make contact with one of those we saved. There was a woman there that night. It was she who helped the others to safety. If we can find her, I believe I'll have my answers. So, I watch and wait, hopeful that my true mission might finally begin.
Snowy weather. Man, I love it. It looks amazing. Too bad that they don't really make winter as a primary season video games for some reason.
Hello, Charles. Any luck finding our mystery woman?
Word is she's been stirring up trouble just outside the city in a town called Lexington.
Well, then that's where we'll begin our search. I'll meet you there.
When we are going to Frontier, I suppose. Oh man, I wish they make Assassin's Creed 3 remake. Because I've heard rumors about Assassin's Creed 4 remake. And Assassin's Creed 3 remake in the style of Assassin's Creed Origins or Odyssey. A big open world, this colonial America, a land of opportunities and war. British soldiers versus patriots, just random animals, stories. That's just too good. I'm dreaming about it. I should stop dreaming. It's never going to happen. Maybe one day when we will be able to generate games with artificial intelligence, you'll ask ChatGPT or whatever the name of the artificial intelligence will be. You'll ask this AI to generate a game, and it will generate you a big open world game that you'll play. And if you have enough of imagination, or maybe enough of imagination to imagine a new game and describe whatever you want, or maybe just use an old game and use it as a base, you know, and then based on that game create a kind of a part 2 or chapter 2, or just the, you know, story based on that, or just something like that.
Have you found her?
She's made camp not too far from here.
Excellent. Well, the sooner we're done, the sooner we can get out of this cold.
We'll move faster on horseback. I am afraid I have some bad news, sir.
Oh?
Braddock is insisting I return to service under him. I've tried to beg off, to no avail.
No doubt he's still angry about losing Pitcairn. To say nothing of the shaming we gave him. Do as he asks. In the meantime, I'll work on having you released.
I'm sorry for the trouble.
Not your fault.
Snow in colonial America, man. That's just too good.
We're too late.
Fire's only just been snuffed. Snow recently disturbed. She's close.
Bollocks.
Tracks are fresh. They must be hers. Seems she took to higher ground. Out of the snow and into the trees.
The only other game where we see snow a little bit, and that happens in America, is Red Dead Redemption 2. But even in Red Dead Redemption 2 we don't see snow enough, which is really sad. And I mean, yeah, in terms of time period it's fine. I like Red Dead Redemption 2. I wish we had more games that happened somewhere in 19th century or 18th century or maybe 17th century. The very beginning of United States.
Wait here.
back! Do you return to Braddock, Charles, before he grows suspicious? I can handle things from here.
But, sir!
But nothing. Go! Stop running! I only wish to talk! I am not your enemy! Please just hear me out!
It's actually great that they made it difficult.
Godswoman, only let me speak!
They made it difficult for us to run in the snow. More realistic.
You try my patience, woman!
Ethan is actually not able to climb trees. See? He's just falling down. Very interesting.
Are you touched in the head?
Me, Hatham. I come in peace.
Why are you speaking so slow?
Sorry.
What do you want?
Well, your name, for one.
I'm Gadzit Zio.
Pleased to meet you. Gadsdi.
Just call me Zio.
Dio.
Zio.
Dio.
Now tell me why it is you're here. Where did you get this?
From an old friend.
I've only seen such markings in one other place.
Where?
How come it's
Well, it is
Gadzit
forbidden for me to speak of it.
I saved your people. Does this mean nothing to you? Look, I am not the enemy.
Close to here, there is a hill. Meet me there, and we'll see if you speak the truth. That town hosts soldiers who seek to drive my people from these lands. They're led by a man known as the Bulldog.
Edward Braddock.
You know him?
He is no friend of mine.
Every day, more of my people are lost to men like him.
Then I suggest we put a stop to it. Together.
What do you propose?
That we kill Edward Braddock. But first, we have to find him.
I don't trust you.
I know. Wait here. A Mohawkman is likely to raise suspicions, if not muskets.
This is hardly the first time I've been amongst your people. I can handle myself.
I hope so.
Can't stand being quartered there. The endless crashing of the waves, the sting of the salt in my eyes, and the goddamn gulls shrieking and shitting everywhere.
You're sure that's where we're going?
Aye. The Bulldog's putting together another expedition.
That's what they're calling them now. Expeditions.
Aye, smart too. Slap a fancy name on something and all evil is excused.
I hear tell the French are readying to move on our positions. Wonder what Braddock intends to do about it.
He's already left for the advance camp. I'll wager our little holiday here is just about ended. We'll be marching south before week's end.
Oi! Where are you going, Cully?
Me?
No, the other cock Robin.
Well, I was leaving.
Oh? And now?
Well, now... I'm going to feed you your teeth.
And you were worried I was going to be the problem?
It's just so smooth, man. The way it all happens, you're not struggling like in, I don't know, in Assassin's Creed Odyssey or whatever. I think, if I remember correctly, in Assassin's Creed Origins and Odyssey, you can't even use your hands like that. You can only use your weapon. Oh man, man, I love it. It's just so smooth.
You're hurt.
Oh, it's nothing.
Here. This should stop the bleeding.
It wasn't necessary. But thank you.
We should move on. Meet me at Braddock's camp when you're ready.
Convinced. Well, I will stop here for the first part, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's actually close to the end of this introduction sequence, whatever part that is. I think the only, if I remember correctly, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that we only have Braddock's skill as our last task, and that's what we're gonna do in the next part. But in the but that's it. We don't have any other quests. I don't think we'll look for anyone else or something, but we will see in the next part. So it will probably end this I don't know how to call it, this Haytham sequence, whatever, and the introduction to this game, and it will and yeah, this is what I'm gonna do in the next part. But in any case, this is the end of the first part, and I will very soon, boys and girls.